This is, as it turned out, an intercom consisting of 4 units, a master unit and 3 slave speakers that at the same time work as microphones. My research revealed the set was made in Great Britain at the end of 1944 by an unknown company from multicolored and partly swirled Catalin. Catalin is an extremely valuable pre-war plastic. Like Bakelite, Plascon and Beetle, it is a cast phenolic resin, but unlike Bakelite has no fillers and is therefore translucent and can be dyed in vivid and bright colors. The master unit has a body in alabaster that has aged to butterscotch and a speaker grill in onyx. The green slave speaker has butterscotch swirls like a Bendix 526 Catalin radio. The swirled yellow slave is intrinsically yellow, not butterscotch alabaster, a color that is very rare in Catalin land. The uniform tomato red slave speaker looks like the S-grill of a Motorola 51X15. All functions are controlled by the master unit. It listens to 1 out of up to 4 slave speakers used as microphones or decides to be deaf. It speaks to 1 out of up to 4 slave speakers or is quiet. It also can speak to all slaves at the same time. The set is complete with all bags and no screw missing. A schematics has been drawn from the actual chassis, which was cleaned and serviced. This should end all speculations about the purpose of these extremely rare objects. A simple test was done before and published on my website by just positioning a slave speaker near the master unit. The increasing squeaking with increasing volume in both listen and speak modes is caused by acoustical feedback between sender and receiver and confirms the proper working of both units and both modes. Here a direct test is done, letting the slave speaker transmit a transistor radio to the master and then vice versa.
Involved in these projects.
It's important that these names resonate with our new customers and our new homeowners that move into our neighborhoods. It's a source of identity for them, and it's a source of pride. And the names that we chose, we thought were names that were going to resonate with the buying public.
So those names that Brad Armstrong mentioned that he hopes will resonate with the buying public, the names are the Uplands, Stillwater, and River's Edge. And in this case, those are the names that will actually stick, because council sided with the developers at the end of that meeting. And I guess, Jim, they probably do sound a bit more fancy than the names that the naming committee wanted, which were Balsam Woods, Golden Willow, and River Alder. Golden Willow. Yeah, sounds pretty names the developers chose.
The policy is, names recognize a significant natural feature, or they recognize an individual who has contributed significantly to city, province, country, I think. If those 3 names came back to committee, if you compared it to policy, we'd have a very hard time approving that and making that decision.
So Jamie Post says the Uplands, Stillwater, and River's Edge just don't even match the city's naming policy, but they are the names that won out. But that's not really the point, because what you asked me, Jim, is if it even really matters what a neighborhood is called. And you know what? I don't actually have an answer on that. So I would like to open this up and ask our listeners across Canada what they think. You and I know for sure that here in Calgary there are some awfully aspirational neighborhoods. There's Tuscany, for example, the Hamptons. There's also a Hamptons in
Edmonton? I understand it.
Also, there's a Hamptons, not too far from New York City, on Long Island.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah. We've also got some sort of bizarro community names in Calgary, like my particular favorite, Valley Ridge. I like the contradictory nature of that. Is the ridge in the valley? Is the valley on the ridge?